Now what you need to do is you need to create a simple visual effects. So I'm creating a function you hover on it, and then the function has been created. Inside the curly braces you need to write document dot get element by id. Then inside it you need to write image, you need image here, and then the source. So I have downloaded some files, two files actually, which I have named apple1, this is jpg file, and then another function which says I will just copy and paste it here, and I will just change the elements inside it. So it says, the function says you don't hover on it. Now I will change this source file, that will say apple2.jfif. This is similar to jpg. If you don't want to write jfif, you can simply write jpg here. So I am being specific on it, so that's why I write jfif. So inside the body section you would need to create a paragraph, and inside it the attribute align equals to center. We need this image in the center. After that we are going to create an image tag. Inside it we are going to write src equals to apple1.jpg. You can put anything inside it, apple2.jpg also, you can keep it here. Then id equals to image you have taken in get element by id. And where it has attributes that says on mouse over. So you have two functions, you can keep either of it. I have written here you don't hover on it. Actually we are taking only two images, that is why you can keep anything here. If you are creating any website or something like that, you can keep you need to have some more functions, so you need to be specific which file you want to keep here, or which function you need to call here. So now we have used on mouse over, and when we use on mouse out equals to, you have to keep another function on it. So be specific for the syntax also. Then the paragraph tag closed. You can see how we have written here. So we have two functions, one is you hover on it, and inside it we have document dot get element by id image dot src equals to apple1.jpg, and another function that is you don't hover on it. So I am changing the image apple2.jpg in the source, and then I'm changing the function values also. It is simple. You if you want you can change, if you don't want you can't change. See, whenever I am taking my cursor in the image is changing. I am right clicking because you cannot see my cursor. So outside I am right clicking, and inside I am right clicking outside, and this is inside. See, whenever I am taking my cursor inside it, you can see the change is happening here. So this is some kind of a visual effect we can create in this DHTML with the help of JavaScript. So now what we need to do is, we need to create some we need to add some dynamic content inside the function itself. So what I need to do is, what you do outside you can do inside also. So we are creating a variable that is element equals to document dot create element, and inside it we are going to write input. Now element dot set attribute. So we need to have some attribute of this element. That is, first we need the type. Inside we will write button. So how this is how we are going to display write this attribute inside the function itself. Now for the name, we are giving the name only name. Then for the type, or you can say the value, sorry for the mispronunciation, value, then inside the value you are going to write dynamic. That is what is going to be printed when we do any event. So where x equals to document dot get element by id and span1. You will see later what we do with this span1. And then x dot append child element, and then close, and then the curly brace is also closed. Then we are going to create a tag, that is paragraph tag, and inside it we need to create a button that says on click, and we need to add this function inside it. And I'm naming this button input, button tag close and paragraph tag close. So yeah, you need to do some. Now we are adding this span tag id equals to span1, what we have taken above. This will append it here. Now span tag close. Now file, save, go to browser, and input button is here. When we click it, you can see the dynamic is displayed here. That is what I'm telling you. When were writing this value, you can change this line. You can write dynamic content and refresh. You can see that dynamic content button is printed again and again. So this was how we are going to display the dynamic content inside a function. This is a lengthy method, but you can also do it. Only drawback is it is lengthy. So you can see the programming by pausing the video. So this was it, guys. I think you would have learned something. And this is the chapter. The DHTML chapter finishes here. And from next time we are going to work in the PHP. So get ready, guys. Thank you for seeing the video, and take a good care of yourself. Thank you, guys.